Most of the waterless, flat areas in Titusville have been developed, leaving developers searching for dry places where they can build. Much of the remaining developable land is on top of relic sand dunes that are surrounded by wetlands. Pockets of upland habitat within the borders of the 405 wetlands are prime targets for development. The largest undeveloped upland habitat lies along the western side of Wetlands 1. The second largest undeveloped high ground is at the intersection of Singleton Avenue and State Road 405. It's a dry landmass that's literally surrounded by wetlands. Since it has easy access, it's a continual target for developers. 1/3 of it has already been developed. Sereno Point is a single-family home subdivision located at the western side of the intersection. Homes there were built in 2011 to 2017. That neighborhood doesn't flood because Sereno Point, number one, was built on top of a high ancient sand dune, and number two, it's one of only 2 subdivisions built within the upland borders of the 405 wetlands that have stormwater infrastructure. The undeveloped fragment of the upland island is bisected by State Road 405. A townhome development is proposed for the northern portion, which is adjacent to the Forest Hills subdivision. The backside of the southern upland island borders a lake on the northern side of a 1950s subdivision. I call it Lake Dobson because the Dobson family owns the property that it's on. Lake Dobson is critical to the drainage of Wetlands 1 and Wetlands 2. Because the land on both sides of the lake is high, water is funneled through Lake Dobson on its way to Wetlands 3, Lake Morebecca, and eventually the Indian River. Trees and vegetation on this upland island primarily consist of slash pines, sand pines, oaks, sable palms, and palmettos. Upland borders are essential for healthy wetlands because they act as vital buffers, filtering pollutants, trapping sediments, and regulating water flow from the surrounding land. They provide critical habitat for species like frogs and turtles that depend on both water and land for their life cycles. Many animals that use wetlands for feeding need adjacent uplands for nesting or as cover for escape. Wading birds are a great example. By acting as a transition zone, upland borders support greater diversity than just wetlands alone. By slowing down runoff, upland borders absorb, slow down, and store excess water, helping to stabilize water levels during heavy rains, and that reduces flooding impacts. When you clear all the trees and cover the ground with streets and rooftops, you reduce the amount of rainfall that's absorbed through natural cover. More water will go into the wetland and increase the chance of flooding the neighborhoods that border it. Trees and other vegetation also filter out nutrients, heavy metals, and other pollutants before they reach the water. Their roots stabilize the soil and prevent the banks of the wetland from eroding. Without upland areas, wetlands can experience significant degradation, including increased sedimentation, reduced water quality, and loss of wildlife species.